Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and immense glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to my other apostles, a great millstone. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bachar in the house of David that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times, and to be, the ruling, governing body of the nation of Yasha'Allah. Giving praises unto those holy names. Yahweh, that's the Heavenly Father's name, and His Son's name is Yahushai, and none other else. All right, no other name, no other name. Okay, so you must pray in those names. But the topic of this lesson really is going into prophecy, which I'm gonna go into that last day. Okay, that terrible and dreadful day, but yet also the day of our salvation when Yahushua returns. Because what I mean when I say it's going to be a dreadful day, all right, the scriptures say how the day of the Lord is going to be darkness and gloominess, but yet it's also going to be the day of our salvation, because Yahushua is going to return and beam up the elect, okay? So let me get this real quick. Baruch 4 verse 29, for he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Right, so it's gonna be all hell breaking loose. All right, but that day when Yahushua comes, it's gonna be dreadful and terrible, but yet it's gonna be joyous because that's gonna be the first day of eternity in the kingdom. All right, and we're gonna shed off this mortal clothing. Okay, no longer have the curses upon us and be forever free. All right, be like our Lord Yahushua, be in happiness and bliss and righteous. All right, and be immortal, and just, man, we can finally live. All right, we can finally have our own lives. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 51. It says, behold, actually, I'm sorry, 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. That's right. We're not going to be in the kingdom with this mortal flesh. Just think about it. All them reincarnated lives we ever had, we're finally going to have a real life, because we're going to be immortal. We're going to have a life and a body that's going to be forever. No more coming back, dying and coming back. We're going to be programmed to be righteous, pursuant to Ezekiel the 36th chapter, all right, and be immortal. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Right, real quick, let me go to because it's the precept for that, what I just read. It goes into this scripture. Actually, no, it's 1 Thessalonians. I'm gonna go back to it. All right. This 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Because our Lord's going to come back. First, he's going to visit the Middle East, and that's that war in heaven. Annihilate those world military armies. And then, because, you got to just visualize it on your head, all right? Our Lord's going to come back in that fathership. But with the host of angels, the angels are going to come with him. Thousands, millions of chariots with angels, and they're going to surround this earth, this whole atmosphere, and that the giant chariot's going to be outside the atmosphere, like Independence Day, all right? But our Lord, he's going to make his way over here to America, all right, with a shout, man. And the dead, the ones who died in this truth, all right, are going to be resurrected and get beamed up first And then verse 17 says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, that chariot. So, man, that's going to be a crazy, all the way leading to that day, it's going to be crazy. Because notice what Paul said. He said, then we which are alive and remain. So that means that's talking about a lot of people dying, all right? When he says it like that, those who are alive and remain, all right? So a lot of people are going to die, but the elect is going to make it through it all. Some will be martyrs, but they'll be resurrected first. And it says, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. And this is comforting, because this is going to mark the first day of eternity, the kingdom of heaven. When we get beamed up in the twinkling of an eye, we're going to be changed into God's, all right, into our original state with a few extra perks. We're going to be programmed to be righteous, man. We're going to come back down pursuant to to Revelation, all right? I believe that's the 21st chapter. Let me see. Yeah, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Right, and New Jerusalem being the people, the elect. All right, we're going to come down off the chariot, and we're going to, put everything back in order. Put the heathens in slavery. All right, that's when we're going to be turned into those hunters. Okay. So going back to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse, where was I at? 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Right? So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. That's right, because we're going to conquer death through Yahushua. We're going to be beamed up and then be changed, man. All right? Everything's going to change, the way we think, behave. I can't even explain it in words. Our DNA is going to change. Our whole molecular structure, it's going to be, man, it's going to be wild, It's going to be beautiful, all right? It's going to be because we're going to be, representing the Most High upon the earth, all right? We're His glory, okay? So that last and dreadful day, man, but it's going to be yet joyous for us. We're waiting for that day, man, to get up out of these chains of darkness, okay? Let me get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. I'm going to get to the point, though. Verse 2, and when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. It shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, right? So it's going to be people are going to be amazed when they see the chariots and certain individuals, that small remnant, but yeah, a large multitude compared to the sands of the sea of Israel, all right? They're going to see the chariots coming and beaming up people, all right? The elect and the 1/3, the women, children, friends of the prophets, the sincere believers, and that's going to be it's going to be a day, all right? It's going to be a day, all right? It's going to be a day, So, I just want to make this lesson our prophecy, okay? The day we get delivered, salvation, when our big brother, our Lord, Yahweh Shah returns, and He's coming to bring that immortality, all right? He's coming to beam us up so we can be changed like Him, okay? And be in the kingdom. The first day of eternity is when we get beamed up, man, all right? And changed forever, okay? And to God's, we're going to be changed and be righteous. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and immense glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, a great millstone, and peace and citation to the hopeful elect. With that, shalom.